Hello, America. How you doing? I am not so good today. I am living in a tent now, and I just wanted to talk about how hard it is to make it these days, and all the people that are going into homelessness, and how hard it is to be living out of your car and car camping and in a tent every night or sleeping in your car. I'm out here in a very unaffordable place. I'm in Hawaii right now, and I kind of regretting it coming out here. I just don't have the stacks of cash like that it takes to afford housing anymore. And I think the problem is exacerbated over here where there is very high demand and very low supply. But also, I just think that is a problem that is going around more and more these days. So I just want to let you know kind of the trials and tribulations of what goes into that. It's really pretty nice for the first few days. You have a lot of freedom. You're bouncing around. You're sleeping on the ground. Your energy is healing. The energy of the earth is healing you. And I hit a wall last night. A rainstorm came through, and I woke up, and it had soaked the ground so much there was a few inches of water all around me, that it was starting to get into the tent. And I woke up and moved a little bit in the tent, and the pole flew over. So if I had to hold up the pole to stay afloat, basically. And I was just like, okay, well, I guess I gotta wake up now. And I was like, okay, what can I possibly do to get all my stuff, keep it dry? And so I just ended up just crawling out of the tent in the downpour, and bare feet, and just sloshing and carrying, picking up all the stakes really quick, and then throwing them in the tent, and then bunching it all together in this one big sack, and then just awkwardly walking all of this and the poles over to the car and just shoving it in the trunk. It was so bad. 6 in the morning, it's still dark. I walked right by this other camper at the campground, and he was watching me do this. He's just watching the storm, and then I come shuffling right through, on this tent, just bailing, straight up bailing. Oh, it was rough. It was so bad. And this is all after I went into the ocean yesterday, and the current almost dragged me out, and I was so nervous. I almost fucking died yesterday. The north shore of this island gets really dangerous in the wintertime. And this big 6 foot, 8 foot wave just pummeled me into a rock, and I got scraped up, and I was pretty traumatized over it, because the force of the ocean and waves is some serious force, and it was just this rocky ledge. And so I'm just in a tumbler right now, just in a washing machine, and just trying to stay afloat. And I feel like that's kind of how it is to have to survive. Technically, I'm homeless, but I mean, I am self-employed. I just can't afford $300 a night for a hotel room, or I think Airbnb is $200 a night. And then I think there's a hostel over here, and it's going to be $75 just for a shared bed, so I'll probably have to do that. It's just real expensive out here in Hawaii. And everybody is struggling too. You see everybody just out on the beach, just in their cars, and just straight bumming it. And I just see struggle. The struggle is everywhere, and all these expensive areas where people can't afford housing anymore. It's just fallen apart. I think humans, we really need a home. We really need a home. And if we don't have that base with which to stand on, everything else collapses. And I'm just really feeling that grounding in and having some stability in your life can really help you mentally prepare for what's to come. And I just want to just put it out there, this lifestyle is not a joke, it can get really hard living in your car and living in a tent and not having a place to go. I'm really struggling. Emotionally, it's been hard. Luckily, I had an appointment with my therapist today that made me feel a little bit better. But a lot of people don't even have that resource, and I don't have any friends over here. I'm just kind of exploring. My plane ticket is not for another 10 days back to the mainland, and God, I can't wait. I wish it was tomorrow. I want to be home again, but yeah, I rented my house out for not very much money, and I'm sort of regretting that decision now because it nowhere near makes up for the costs that I'm accruing now that I'm living this lifestyle. Being something people don't talk about, living in a tent or living in your car is low-key expensive. Especially if you're not preparing any of your meals, going out to eat, and just the cost of living these days, so much higher. And it can be really tough. It can be really, really tough just to get by these days. And I just want to extend my heart out to everybody that's struggling right now, because the struggle is getting real. And there is just more people out here in 2025, just out here in our cars, disappearing in our cars or in tents than ever. It's rough, but it's the reality that we're creating. What are we going to do about it? I don't know what to do about it. You guys got any ideas? I built my own house, so I want to just admit that I am, I do have some level of privilege here. I'm not totally broke. I had enough money to rent this car and to come out here. And even though I'm trying to do it on a budget and stay in campgrounds and stuff, I do have resources and friends to call back on, and I realize that not everybody has that. And for those that don't, it's so rough. It is like being in a washing machine of life where you're just getting tumbled around. That's all it is. One thing happens and leads to another, and you're just trying to get your needs met. We're all just trying to get our needs met. I would love if we lived in a world that had the baseline essentials spoken for, taken care of, where people had a place to live and basic food like rice or beans and stuff to eat every day. Oh my gosh, what a different world this would be. It wouldn't take much. It wouldn't take much. Maybe we can get there one day. But for now, we got to look out for each other. We got to take care of each other. If you see people struggling out there today, do not look at them like they are less than. They are just like you. They are you. And you may end up being them one day. So be grateful for what you have. Share what you have with others. Be generous. Because life's not a joke. And everybody's going through something. So lend people a hand when you can. That's all. I love you. If you want some poetry, my book is below. Thanks for your support.